So you've turned your life around. You're a good person, or your man, your friend is a good person. They've turned everything around, but stuff still sucks. Maybe there's no success to speak of. Bad things are still happening. Bad luck, still broke. Bad luck. These things happen. So I want to talk about this because it means a lot. It doesn't mean you have to go back running to who you were, or back to those habits, or start drinking again, or start screwing again, or whatever the thing is that, you don't do anymore. Where I come from, I was an alcoholic. I was also, I think, pretty much a sex addict, or at least a sex and love addict. I just wanted, attention, validation all the time, to be drunk all the time. I needed something. Like there was always something missing, and something had to be filling me, getting my attention, impacting me, affecting me in a way. Either alcohol, or grandiosity, grandiose dreams, or chasing after a woman, or falling in love with a woman. Anything to pull me out of myself, because I couldn't stand just being this person still in the world. That was a nightmare. Today, this sounds wonderful, but I've done a lot of work. It's taken a lot of years to get here, a lot of sobriety, a lot of tough emotional times I had to get through, without using, without women, without running to something, just sit and bear through it, sit in that hole and go all the way to the bottom. Anyways, what I want to say is shit can still suck. Like today, let me give you a handle where I am today. I think, oh, Paul's doing great. So I'm in this car right now. This is a nice truck, $40,000 truck. That's about to get repossessed someday because, willingly I'm giving it up because I can't afford the payments. I got myself way too leveraged when I bought a business about 2 years ago now almost. It's a great business. It's a franchise, really help a lot of people, but I didn't start capitalized enough. The business doesn't make as much money as I used to when I was doing real estate full time. So stuff's going pretty bad. I had to go through personal bankruptcy. I just got discharged. That's been a 4 or 5 month process. It was hell. It was depressing. I had to give this truck up, and I got myself a $2,500 minivan that I bought that I'm gonna have to start driving. No big deal, right? But I'm telling you, it's not about the stuff, and that's what I realized today. I'm still struggling financially. I'm gonna have to probably get another job while I own this other business so I can make ends meet, so I don't have to keep taking money out of my business because it's hurting it, it's hampering it. Stuff's still really hard today. Sometimes, physically I just still feel crap. I still get sick. Sometimes I still get depressed. My relationship, I'm back with my ex and raising my daughter, and it's wonderful, but it's not easy. Sometimes things feel dull. We have bad weeks, bad days. My daughter, love her like crazy. I'm so grateful to be there with her all the time. She can still behave like a hellion. She can be a nightmare some days. Everything can seem like it's going wrong. I can still get overwhelmed. Bad feelings, feel like everything's kind of coming down on me sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I get bad luck. Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, applies to me sometimes. It's not a fairy tale. So what I will say, what's the good part? So what's the good part of all this? The great part that's priceless, if you turn your life around and you keep behaving in a way that God would want you to do, or that the world would want you to, thinking about others first, putting yourself and your selfish needs much farther down the line, right? Only thing I try to do selfishly is what will benefit the world around me, other people. So for example, if that's me being, in great shape for my kids, I try to go running every day. That's something I will be a little selfish about if it works out with everything else, because it's good for me as a businessman, my brain, my depression, good for my kids, good for my health and longevity. I want to be able to raise my grandkids. That's one example, okay? If it's going out to the bar, having a good time, well, I don't do that anymore, but that wouldn't qualify. So I only pray for and, like to selfishly want what will help other people in the end. And if I can't do that, then I'll do something else that's going to help other people. Now, the benefit of all this is you get a degree of self-dignity, true self-esteem, a true centering of who you are that's unachievable anywhere else. And I don't care if you stay living like you live, if you stay living like a piece of shit, if you stay an asshole, if you stay selfish, if you stay narcissistic, you can make all the money in the world. I've made a ton of money, not all the money in the world, but lots and lots of money, lots and lots of women, lots of successful, lots of sex, kind of whatever, do whatever I want, whenever I want, because I got the money coming in, feeling like a wealthy man. And all along, I was hurting other people around me, and I knew it deep down. I felt like a piece of shit, hurting my children, My ex was just her. I was just trampling all over other people, doing whatever I wanted to, disregarding everyone else's feelings, not really caring what the world really thought of me. Society tells us, for example, like the Andrew Tates of the world tell us that's cool. That's being a badass. Well, it's not. You know what's being a badass? Doing the hard stuff, regardless of what that is. You know what the hard stuff is? Giving your time, doing the right thing, doing the unselfish thing. You know why it's hard? It's emotionally hard because it's the right thing to do. Humans are naturally selfish. We're not naturally basically good inside, okay? We have established, views of what right and wrong is, but we'll gladly do the wrong thing if we know we're not going to get caught, okay? And if it benefits us, and it really does. And if we feel like we're not harming someone else physically, we'll do it. So to live unselfishly is hard. To do the right things is hard. And what it gives you is a centering, a self-esteem, a sense of self-dignity. I never thought I'd use the word dignity with myself. That's what it is, a sense of dignity you will get nowhere else. And that's priceless. It's worth millions of dollars. You can't buy it. You have to earn that. So earning self-dignity is the prize. No matter what happens to me with this bankruptcy I went through, giving up my car, whatever, even if I end up homeless, I've got people who love me. I've got a God who loves me. I've got this world who loves me. I am a good person today. I treat people kindly with respect. I'm a good father. I show up. I do what I'm supposed to do, not for a prize, not for the thank you, not for the, sometimes I feel like I get no thank yous, no respect. It doesn't matter. I have it myself now. Like I have this centering and this connection to the world. I see myself as part of the world now. And for so long, I saw myself as a piece of shit, removed from everyone else, so fuck them anyways, I don't need them, don't they know how amazing I am? It's such a different feeling today. Do I still have this little bubble around me sometimes? Sure, but I think that's stuff I'm still working on with the EMDR. That's really stuff from childhood that's kind of always been there. But, the bubble's this thin sometimes. Before, I felt miles apart from the world, miles apart from people. I wanted someone to save me. I wanted the world to save me. I was just so fucked up in my thinking. And I really just took women as hostages, and every job I got, everything was just a way for me to game and use the system to get ahead, to get whatever I wanted, to feel the best I could all the time in any moment. And today I think further out. I have a sense of dignity, of self-esteem. Even if, I say these prayers, even if I never get out of like this little financial hole I got myself in with buying this business, etc., I can take the way I'm living today, the stresses I have to go through, I can take it forever. I can. Day by day, one day at a time, I get through. Don't drink, I don't use, I don't cheat, I don't lie, I don't steal. And I can do that one day at a time for the rest of my life. Even if I have to stay struggling financially or struggling with the feelings I get, I can keep doing this forever. But I know it's going to get better. I'm going to keep growing. But like I said, even if I don't, the dignity, the self-esteem, it's worth it. The connection, I think, to God, the universe, to other humans, it's worth it. So going back to living like I did, once in a while, does that thought come in my head? Sure, I'm not perfect. On a really, really, really bad day, oh God, just getting drunk just the way I used to would feel so good. It was just like such an escape, and just I used to not give a shit about anything. That lasts about 10, 20 seconds. Oh, it's like a hot flame. I push it away. That's escapism. That's fantasy land. That's Candyland. It doesn't get you nowhere. It just makes everything worse. And worst of all, it's spiritual death. And whether you're Christian or not, religions, Jesus, they all talk about a death, dying because of sin, because of our actions. It leads to death, leads to death, leads to death. People are like, oh no, it doesn't. I'm gonna steal this candy bar. I'm not gonna die. It does. It's a soul and spirit death. And you know what I'm talking about. Like those dead eyes. When you look in the mirror in those mornings, you don't know who the fuck you are anymore after doing things you should not be doing with someone you should not be doing them with. You know what I mean? It's a soul death, it's a spirit death. But thank God you can come back to life one day at a time, changing that behavior, having a spiritual awakening, and doing the right things over and over again. So anyhow, big diatribe. Whole point was life can still be hard when you turn it around, but keep going because it's worth it. And even if it continues to be hard, it's still worth it. Nothing's guaranteed to be easy. Life's not guaranteed to be easy. You just want to be reasonably happy in this life. So you can be supremely happy in the next. Even if there's not a next, having reasonable expectations will make you a much happier, more grounded person. All right. So anyways, I'm out of here. Just another bozo on the bus. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.